Hi everybody, my name is Jim and welcome back to a new episode of Make Do Mondays. So I'm really happy to get this video out. This is the day I actually wanted to film it, and I was a little preoccupied because this freak storm blew in. really unexpected. They were calling for like light drizzles and then it was gonna clear up or whatever, but there was like a tornado that touched down about 20 minutes east of here. Complete mayhem. But as soon as the storm rolled through the area, cleared right out. It cleared right out. and then the sun came out and it was beautiful. Very hot, very humid. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about the weather. I'm here to talk about it's wash day. So if you didn't see my video before when I had come back, it was 2 videos ago actually, after my small hiatus, I was telling you how I restored this 1953 Maytag Wringer Washer, and I said that I was going to do a video, so that's what the video is for today. I'm going to do a load of laundry. Now mind you, this is a very edited load of laundry because there are some, you know, undergarments and things that are just, you know, let's keep things clean. They're just boxers, but I don't feel like putting them on film, sorry. But anyways, so I'm going to show you how they used a wringer washer back in the day. Now there are different ways of using it. The way that I'm going to be showing you is probably one of the most efficient ways. It's the way that moves the fastest, and it involves some other kits that I actually already had on hand. So yeah, so without further ado, let's jump over to the wringer washer, and I'm just going to talk quickly about it, show you how it works, and then we'll throw in a load of laundry. Yay! All right, so you can see here the wringer washer. I've got the cap off of it, and they've got this nice little cap holder, this lid holder. But the anatomy is pretty simple, okay? It's your basic tub, like you would a normal washer. Inside there's an agitator, okay? And then we have a wringer on the top, and this is how we you know, wring the clothing out to get all the excess water out of the clothing before we end up drying it for the final stage. We also have over here, this is the drain pipe, okay? I'm using this gravity filled for now. There is a pump that is on this machine that once you engage it, it will automatically siphon the water out and push it out the tube. And usually we'll have one of these on top of it like this, so you can hook it on. This is called a gooseneck. You can hook it over a sink or a utility tub so that the water will go into the tub and out. But I'm going to be reusing this water anyhow. The gray water will be perfectly fine for my garden and for all of my lovely little crops that I have over here. I don't know if you can see my tomato plants. I never really mentioned this in my tour, but yes, I'm growing flowers, but I'm also growing massive tomato plants on my patio. Anyways, never mind. So it's quite simple. You plug it in, you turn it on, the agitator moves. Okay, I'm gonna clean some of these. There's a pine needle that flew in there. So I think you'll see how it goes. Over here, I have a pair of galvanized steel wash tubs that my friend, my coworker, gave to me, and they were in vintage shape. Okay, they had a nice patina on them, but then they started getting rusty. So I cleaned them up, scrubbed them off. I got some zinc spray for this to kind of restore it. And these are going to be my rinse tubs. Okay, there's 2 rinse tubs. I'll be doing 2 rinses on this, but I'm going to show you how this all works. So I'm going to set this camera down and we will go through from start to finish. I'll try to edit as much as I can. You guys know what washing clothes look like. So I'm not going to spend too much on showing you what it looks like. So, all right, let's dig in. So I had some technical difficulties. What can I say? The laundry's already in. Yeah, that little last segment didn't quite record. I've got my clothes in here, okay? Let me tell you what I did, just really quickly. I added my soap, my good old-fashioned Fell's Naphtha, Arm & Hammer washing soda, and borax mixture. I will put a link in the description or a tag or something like that so you guys can see the video on making your own laundry soap. I put a few tablespoons in here, and then what I did is I turned on the agitator. In order to do that, I have to pull this plug out. Okay? And let me just take a shirt out for example. As it agitates, I was putting in one article of clothing in at a time. Okay? So it gets pulled under, etc., etc. Oh, and then I had this really awesome shot. Let me show you. Maybe I'm filming it this time. So you can see how the clothes are actually kind of being pulled in, rolling inwards. Okay, that is the magic of the Maytag Gyratator Washer. Okay, the 4 fins on the agitator causes it to circulate this way, okay, while going around this way. So it's supposed to be double the clean, double the agitation, but gentle enough that it's not going to ruin your clothes. All right, I want Maytag to pay me for that slogan. Anyways, all right, so we're gonna let this ride. I'm gonna throw the lid on it and get on with some other things, and then when they're ready to be ringed, I will be back and show you how that's done. Wrung? Ringed? I'll have to think about that. While that's going, and I can already smell the detergent, it smells so clean and so fresh. It just smells clean. There's no perfume in it or anything like that. It just smells like clean freshness. Anyways, as that's going along, what you would typically do, now this is not a typical wash. I didn't want to make this a 2-hour video, but what you would typically do to be as cost effective as possible is you would start off with hot water in your tub. Okay, and you would load that by any means that you can. Back in the day, I think they may have, before, you know, hot water was a thing. I don't know, what am I talking about? They would take hot water and fill the tub from the tap. Or, you know, if they were really roughing it, they would probably boil it on the stovetop or something like that. But they would start in the tub, hot water. And then they would add their detergent. And the first load of laundry that you would do would be your whites, okay? Your least soil and your brightest clothes would go in first, so your whites. So you do your whites, blah, blah, blah. You get them wrung out, ringed out, still haven't figured that one out, into the rinse tub. Meanwhile, while those are sitting in the rinse tub, you put in your second load of laundry using the same water, which would be your lightly soiled colors, okay? At that point, the washer will have been churning and agitating and cooling down. When you get to the second load, the water will have cooled off enough that you can do light colors, lightly soiled things, so that your colors don't bleed, okay? And, you know, by going from least soiled to most soiled, the water's not gonna be that manky, you know what I mean? So once those second load is done, okay, you wring out the first load into the second wash tub, so your whites go from one wash tub into the next wash tub. Then you put the second load, the lightly soiled colors, wring them out, put them in the first rinse tub, and then the third load you would throw into the wringer washer would be your heavily soiled colored clothes. And at that point again, the water will have cooled down substantially, so you'll be really dealing with almost a tepid water wash, okay? Once those are in going, you can take your whites out of the second tub, the second rinse tub, okay? Get them completely wrung out into the basket. You can also do the other load as well into the basket, and then your heavily soiled colors will be the last thing to come out. You wring them through, rinse, wring, rinse, and then everything will be done and you can go hang up your stuff on the line. So it was really, really cost effective. You were only using that one batch of water, which is great. You think about an automatic washing machine, how much water it uses, okay? These newfangled things where they don't even let you open the lid anymore, which is like horrific to me. It's like, you have no control over your wash anymore, we'll do it all for you. Nope, nope, nope. Those people who know me know that I'm kind of a type A when it comes to, and I'm totally my mom when it comes to this. Hi mom, you know what I'm talking about. I like to have control. Sometimes I like to have things soak. Some things, you know, sometimes I like to do a second rinse or not do a second rinse. These newfangled machines pretty much make their mind up for you, which is a little annoying. So you have 5,000% control over how you do these washes. It's great. I can let this thing agitate for 6 hours if I want to. I won't. But nonetheless, complete control. You're using very minimal amount of water. Some of these new machines will fill up 3 or 4 times. They'll run for like 2 hours. It's absolutely insane. You don't need that. You just need clean clothes, right? So anyways, that's the biggest reason why I like this. Now you could use all sorts of water for this, okay? You can use water out of the tap. You can use water out of the spigot if you've got like a hose. That's what I did, okay? I did add a little hot water to the bowl to make it a tepid, but most of the water in the rinse and the wash tub were from the hose. The other thing you could do, and this is what my father told me, that his mother, my grandmother, used to use rainwater because the water where they were living was so incredibly hard that she couldn't get that suds, you know what I mean? So harvest rainwater. Rainwater was soft water, and she would do her laundry using that. So you've got lots of options. It's very economical, and it uses next to no energy. I mean, you can barely hear it behind me. You listen to a modern day washing machine, and it's like, you know, yeah. I can't extol the virtues enough of this ancient technology. Well, my whole house is full of it. So let's go and take a look at the laundry. Well, you know, by the magic of technology, it's only been like 5 minutes, but in another 5 minutes, we're gonna go over and take a look at the laundry. Okay, let's see how this is doing. It's been about 10 minutes. Okay, these were lightly soiled, so they didn't need to be on for a very long time. The first thing you need to do is you need to turn off the agitator. So I'm gonna press that button in, and then you can see it stops agitating. Now is the time where we're gonna use the wringer. Now there's 2 different directions that you can use the wringer, okay? If you want to wring out this way, or if you're going to be wringing it in through the other side. If you pull this lever here towards you, the rollers come out this way, okay? You're not gonna be able to wring successfully this way because then all the water is going to come out the other side, okay? This is, you'd be pulling it in through here and it would be coming out here, and that's the wrong direction, okay? So we're going to be flipping it the other way. We want all of that dirty laundry water to go back into the tub in case you want to do another load afterwards. So make sure that you're doing it in the right direction. And I'm going to grab a t-shirt here. And I've heard all these horror stories about, oh, you know, don't get your fingers caught in there, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess it could be really awful and painful if you get your fingers caught in the rollers. If that ever happens, they've got this nice release bar, this red bar, and you just punch it like this and it pops up. So I just choose to be nice and careful when I put my things into the rollers. And you can see it's all of that out. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. And it's literally, you know, this is what it feels like when you take it out of your washing machine. Just like that. All right, no spin cycle necessary. I'm gonna throw that into the first rinse tub. I'll grab another. A little tank top here. I'm gonna grab it from the other side. Into the rinse tub. Nice pair of shorts. Shorts I typically will fold in half because they're too big. And I like to keep the bulky part for the end, so I will feed the legs in first. Ah, that's the stuff right there. Okay. I'm going to show you one more only because this might be a question you may have when it comes to buttons of any kind. Okay, so I've got a pair of jean shorts here. Make sure the legs are, oh, it smells so good and clean. When you have buttons of any kind, okay, the trick is to fold the buttons inwards. Okay, you want them to be inside the fabric. Now, when you have plastic buttons and stuff like that, you know, the worry is that you're going to break your buttons. If you keep everything tucked in to the material, the wringer will not break the buttons. Okay, this might seem really thick, but the wringer can handle it. There we have it. All right, I'm going to get the rest of these taken care of, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. This is the part that takes a little bit of elbow grease, but you basically, all of your clothes are in the rinse water. You're now going to just go in through here and squeeze out as much as you can of the laundry soap. And it's actually quite nice, especially on a hot summer day like this, to get your hands into some cold water. Now remember, I filled these tubs up with the hose, okay? So it's as cold as hose water can get. And I'm just gonna give these a little squeeze. It's also nice because when I'm taking the laundry out to wring it from the laundry tub, you know, my hands get all soapy and everything. All right, doesn't take much. You just want to initially get all of that soapy water out. All right, now this is the cool part. This wringer is on a swivel arm. So if I take this handle and I points it all the way out, 180 degrees, I can swing it this way so that I can use it. Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same thing now that everything just clicked into place. Now that everything is through its first rinse, wrong way, we're going to feed everything into its second rinse. And this one's, we're going to go a little bit faster. You can kind of just keep feeding it through one at a time, and it will fall right into the second rinse tub. I'm wondering if some of you viewers out there are thinking, oh my gosh, that's so much work. It is a little extra work, I'm not gonna lie, but how many of you can come outside and spend time outdoors and do your laundry? Look, I'm getting some vitamin D as I wring out my clothes here. Can't beat that. This cold water feels really good. It's splashing on my legs and it's cooling me down. I don't know what compelled me to wear a black t-shirt today. I almost feel like I should just maybe throw this in the wringer washer when I'm done filming. All right, once again, anything with buttons, fold it inwards. Now, if you were into using like fabric softener, I've really kind of moved away from using fabric softener only because it's all chemicals. If you wanted to use some kind of a fabric softener, your first rinse would be where that would happen, okay? You can use white distilled vinegar also, a very little amount, maybe a couple tablespoons for this whole tub. And that would work as a fabric softener as well. So, totally up to you. The borax does a really good job in the laundry detergent to soften the water. So, all right, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna massage, massage, massage. All right. Okay. I've gotten through most of this. It's looking good. I keep having to take eye needles out because it's windy today. Looking good. Okay, so the second rinse is done, which means I'm just gonna wring these through one more time and then they go up on the line. Now, I've got a laundry basket here, so I'm going to now flip it the other way. Okay, the final rinse water will go back into this one. And instead of letting these fall into the other tub, I'm gonna hold on to them and then drop them in my laundry tub. It's definitely more hands-on than an automatic washing machine, there's no doubt about it. But, you know, I think about like when I'm cooking, when you're cooking and you have to babysit a meal, babysit something that you're making on the stove because you're afraid that it's gonna burn. It's kind of similar to that, where you kind of have to, you just have to babysit it. And there are times, you know, between, you know, loading the laundry into the tub to wash, you've got a good however many minutes you want to do whatever you want. You can walk away from it. It's not that big of a deal. So, you know, I personally think I kind of liked the hands-on-ness of the process. You know, but everything, when automatic washing machines became popular, late 40s and early 50s, it was about convenience, you know. It was about, you know, the housewives having a million things to do, clean the house, clean the clothes, make the food, take care of the kids and all that stuff. So it became such a convenient way of washing clothes, and it kind of helped free up the day a bit. You set it and forget it. All right, I'm gonna feed the rest of these through. I'm gonna go hang them up on the line. It's so incredibly gratifying. It's really that taking that step by step. I don't know. I do like old-fashioned things. I'm sure that, you know, definitely fuels my excitement for this, but just the same, just being part of every single, you know, step of laundry is wonderful. And then of course line drying, you can't go wrong. Dryers, I have a gas dryer that I normally use that, you know, it's expensive right now. So on a gorgeous day like today, I've got my line over there in the back, kind of a semi-sunny spot, definite circulation of air back there. The wind is kind of, you know, it's been picking up a bit today, so it's a perfect day to line dry. Gorgeous. And then you get that smell of summer that just infuses into your clothing. Oh, there's nothing like it. I highly recommend, even if you have an automatic dishwasher, an automatic clothes washer, skip the dryer part and hang it up outside. I mean, it takes a little longer, but my goodness, it smells absolutely amazing, and it keeps that summer fresh smell. So that's it. I apologize for the little snafu at the beginning, but again, it's like, okay, I had this load of laundry and this is what I was going to do. I don't have any other laundry to do, so I'm sorry I kind of skipped the whole part of me feeding the laundry and et cetera, but you can use your imagination, and there are lots of YouTube videos out there that do the exact same thing that I just did, probably a little bit more, you know, in depth. But that water that's in there now, I will drain out and I will use all sorts of places in the garden. Like I said, I'll probably use it in my pots here on the patio, even though we did have a fierce rain today. Perhaps I'll just let it sit for a couple of days, and then we're supposed to have a really wicked dry spell, so I will save it. I'll just save it for when you know, the plants are crying out for some moisture, and I can water my plants that way. I can either, you know, dunk a watering can, you know, right inside the tubs, or in the case of the big laundry tub, the washing machine, it's got that gravity-fed hose, so I can just lower the hose and fill up whatever I need to water. So that's it. Oh, I hope you liked it. A job like this is a pleasure. It really, really is. And I was more than happy to film it for you guys. And I appreciate the enthusiasm that you guys had when I had shown you, and the request for me to film it. So yeah, got my laundry done for the day. So I have to go and clean up my garage now. I've got to start thinking ahead for the, you know, the inclement months that will be happening. It's about the end of, well, you'll be seeing this on August 1st. Oh, halfway through my vacation already. It's moving too fast. But anyways, I got a laundry list of things that need to be done, and cleaning out the garage and getting it ready for firewood is the next big thing. So I hope you are all well, and I hope that your summers are going absolutely gloriously. I hope the heat has stopped for the most part. I have to say the heat hasn't been terrible here. We've had gloriously cool mornings, and thank goodness for that attic fan, because I barely had to run my air conditioner. I got my utility bills and was, you know, doing a dance party in my kitchen because I couldn't believe how much money I was saving by just installing the attic fan. Oh my goodness. So take care, everybody. You know, if you see one of these, if you're on Craigslist or if you're on Facebook Marketplace and you see one of them and they're in working order and the price is decent, okay, get one. You absolutely should have one of these. Maytags, they've got all the extra parts. So take care, everybody. I'll see you all really soon. So long.